welcome to this week's Yes with Tamika and Marissa. So Tamika, how you doing?
Good.
How's your week?
Long, exhausting.
How's your cough?
Huh?
I want to talk today about should you be branded with your scarlet letter forever?
Forever, ever?
Forever, ever. So, let's just say, let's say, you know how everybody does some, dumbness when they're younger?
Yeah.
And they're basically branded with that, and they grow up. They might not be doing that anymore, but should they be branded with that scarlet letter forever?
I think it depends on what they did. Like, before we just started talking about the topic or whatever, you know, our pre-show meeting, you mentioned Chris Brown. He should be branded with the scarlet letter forever because he beat someone up.
How old was he? Right, let me look at that.
Old enough to know that you ain't supposed to beat somebody up. Old enough to be charged as an adult. Booked, jailed, probation. He was in his 20s. He's not a kid. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things. Do you feel me?
So he's branded for life.
I think there's certain things. You kill somebody, yeah, you may have gone to jail and you found God.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still a murderer.
You're a murderer. You're branded for life.
You're a murderer.
You're a murderer. Okay, what about...
You stole some candy out of the store, you're not a thief.
Why?
Because it was just usually people that steal candy out of a store are, you're stealing candy. That's what you chose to steal. You're stupid and you're young or you're hungry.
A victimless crime?
It's really? They probably didn't even have that in their inventory. They didn't even know it was there.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta tell
expired.
You, I stole a pack of gum when I was 4, but I didn't know I was stealing. And when I found out, I hid it from my mom. Maybe that's why I don't like gum. Because, so we were in a bodega, and I asked her, can I have this gum? It was juicy fruit. It was in the green pack. And I gave it to her, she put it on the counter, and the guy took it. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that they bag.
Right.
And I was like, oh, maybe I'm supposed to take another one. So I went and I took it, and I had an Oshkosh Bagosh little dress on, and I took it, and then I put it in my big old pocket. And when I got home, my mom handed me the gum, and I was like, oh.
What
And I was scared. I thought I was going to get in trouble.
Why were you scared?
I thought I was going to get in trouble. She probably thought I should have known better, but obviously I didn't. So, my dad...
You wanted it. I want it. I'm taking it.
No, I thought when he took it off the counter, I didn't know he was bagging it. I didn't know what the process was for some reason. And
you just figure it's just, okay, it's something that I want. He's bagging it, and it is.
No, I didn't know he was bagging it. When he took it off the counter,
right.
I guess he was typing in the register. I didn't see a bag.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, he took it, but she said I could have it, but she's paying for it.
What did you think he was doing with all the other stuff?
I thought when you put it at the counter, he takes it, and then you have to get it before you leave.
So
I don't know what the process. Listen, I was little. I didn't know. That
ain't no excuse. Better be grown.
Bitch, I didn't know what the
better
process.
Figure it out.
I didn't know.
I was little.
I didn't know what the process was, so I grabbed another piece of gum and I put it in my pocket. And then when I got home, my dad was like, "Oh, give me a piece of that gum." And he's like, "How much gum did you buy her?" Because my mom had 2 pieces, I had a piece, my brother, the pieces didn't add up. And she was like, "I only bought her 1 pack." And he's like, And I was like, that's it, I can't deal with this. This gum is way too heavy on my conscience. I can't deal with this no more. And I threw 2 pieces out.
Okay. Well, I don't think that constitutes as you having a scarlet letter, though.
No. But so now let's think about this. What about, you know how in some states the age of consent is different? And when you're dating someone, you're both in high school, somebody's 18 and somebody's 17. Or somebody's 17 and 16. And they're having a consensual, or amongst them consensual, sexual relationship. But you're not at the age of consent. And now you have a statutory rape conviction. Now you're on the sex offender list because it's a minor. So should you be branded as a pedophile forever?
That's a tricky one. It's very tricky because pedophilia, we tend to give that label to the dirty old man that lives in the boarded up house down the street.
They know
and
that.
It can be the guy in your house.
Your pastor.
Your brother.
Your uncle.
Could be your sister.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just gender.
Yeah.
It's not gender specific. But when it comes to that, it's really difficult because, like you said, if they're in the school together and they can both be seniors.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, law is law. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I mean, unless they change the laws, I mean, think about this. I was getting scratch-offs at 16. You can't gamble till you're 18.
You could buy scratch-offs at 16?
No.
How
I was getting them from people. And scratching off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Or my grandmother would send me to the store. You think about this back in the day.
You used to go and get cigarettes and beer.
Can I get 2 Lucy's and a Budweiser?
You were like 10 with a note from your mom.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it gets tricky in that way. But when it comes to the situation you're talking about, it's like at the end of the day, the ultimate decision has to deal with what's the law, what are the authorities going to say, what are the parents going to say,
right.
And do they mutually agree? Because like, what if somebody's 18 and they get a 15-year-old pregnant and they're in school together?
Yeah, which happens all the
time. It happens all the time. And then like, what are you supposed to do with that? Now the parents are like, okay, until they're not. There was a story a few weeks ago with someone, we referenced it on the show, where the parents were okay with the relationship. Oh, never mind.
What?
No, it's personal. I just realized it's not. It's a personal situation.
No, say.
No, I can't because it's personal. It's like, I just realized that it was. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's not it is a public story, but it's a personal situation that I remembered that became public, and I'd just rather not discuss it. With that being said,
oh my gosh.
With that being said, what about the Kylie and Tiger situation?
Yeah, she was what, 16 or 17? And how old was he?
25.
Ooh.
24.
Yeah.
And the mother was okay with it. Like, they flaunting it like we're just best friends.
Yeah.
Everybody in their mother was like, he's a pedo, like, it's disgusting. So it's like, it feels like in American society, as long as the parents are okay with it, then it's fine. The prosecutors are not gonna prosecute because the parent, they like, we got other things to deal with. Does that make it right? I'm always going to look at...
What about when one side is okay and one side is not? Like, you look at a girl's family who's 15.
If one side of the family is not okay with it, then all bets are off. It doesn't matter what the other side feels. That's how I feel. But if everybody's okay, everybody's kumbaya, the police are like, fine. Nurses are signing off paperwork saying, all right, well, it is what it is. It's like, say the girl's pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying nothing. What are we supposed to do?
But like, let's go back to kids in high school, or not in high school, whatever, wherever they are in life. So they're 16 and 17, 17 and 18.
16 and 17 is supposedly okay. It's 18.
17 and 18.
Right, 18 and someone younger than 18.
So 17 and 18. Let's talk about that. You don't think that's okay?
I don't think it's okay if it's 17 and 18, 18 and 14. I personally just don't. I'm not okay 13? With, no, I'm 13 with nobody, okay?
Yeah, 17 and 15?
No, I personally feel like, and this is someone who doesn't have kids, and somehow or other we're always talking about children. My heart breaks every time we have a conversation about kids because I will never have any. But I digress, and we continue to talk about children. 17 and any age. I mean, 16 and any age. Like, I don't feel like you should be able to date until you're at least 16. So and then if you're 16 and you're dating an 18-year-old, I better not know about it if you're in my family, if you're my kid.
So 16 and 17 you're okay with?
I really don't feel, I'm not okay with dating at all in high school, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But kids are going to be kids. Y'all going to go on a group date. You're not doing a solo date. Yeah, I mean, I went to homecoming, but my homecoming consisted of me going to Bennigan's. I think that's what it was called back then.
Remember that?
Bennigan's, and then coming home. There was no hotel room, and it was a group date. And then I did have one. I had a homecoming. That was my prom I just spoke about. I had a homecoming, and I went out with a guy. This talk about memories are coming back. The guy who ended up, he was like, I'm not even calling him my boyfriend. The things that he introduced me to, unbeknownst to my mother, that she's probably finding this out right now. Listen to the show. I was 17, I think. 17. I don't think I was 18 yet. This guy was in his 20s in college. My mother knew. He was going to college. And the things he taught me, he was basically, seems like you're ready. Girl, are you ready to go all the way? I was not ready, okay?
God.
Regardless of my past and, that kind of thing. And maybe that's why I don't feel like it's the appropriate based on my own experience. For some reason, I didn't, not that I blocked it out, but I just thought about it just now.
Maybe you did block it out. I
didn't block it out. I mean, it's not something that I just don't think about it. You know what I mean? But it's not like a blackout to me. It's like that never happened. I don't remember.
Wow.
But I remember this, and I'm thinking to myself, this guy is like, he was like 22. He was about to graduate college.
Ew.
Disgusting. He had his own apartment. Took me to his apartment. Like, it was crazy.
Well, how did you
took me to a hotel room?
This person?
Huh?
How did you encounter this person?
I was working in a supermarket at the time, and he came up to me and started doing sign language. And I was like, I don't speak.
You look like you're 20 now. I can't imagine what you looked like back then.
So he started doing the sign language. I was like, I don't speak sign language. He's like, you wear hearing aids. I was like, yeah, but I can hear with them. I don't need sign language. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, my sister is deaf, so I know sign language. I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't even find him attractive. Like, ugly. But he was into me. He was pushy. There's something about me, now that I think about it, I have always, not attracted, but I've always gone with guys that push me. Like pushy. Will not stop. You realize that about the guys that I've dated?
Yeah.
They will not give up. It's like, come on. And I'm just like, fine. I'm not necessarily attracted to all of them. There have been some that I'm like, oh my God, yes. But for the most part, that's the common denominator between all of them. Now that I think about it.
Ooh. Well, now you know better. Okay. Are you going to do
better? That's a different show. But anyway.
I'm writing this down for future topics.
That's a different show. But back to what we were saying. I personally don't think that, like, if you just shouldn't be dating. I don't think you should date when you're in high school. Just fucking try to get into college. Go to school and save some money. Like, what are you doing? You see kids in high school and they're just like all wrapped up in each other.
Up for no reason.
Yeah, it's like
you got like out so much on life.
You got like a good 70 years left. Like, really? What are you doing?
Don't waste that time.
And then you see girls that get pregnant 15, 16 years old, and it's like, you can't wait 10 years.
Oh man.
9 years, 10 years. Like, even that's a little young, but still.
Yeah, I have a few people in my family that had kids for what I think is young, and some of them I can see trying to like recapture what they missed.
It doesn't work.
And some
it's
I
gone.
see just
you look like the old lady or old man in the club trying to, like, what are you doing? Ew. It's disgusting. I remember being in my 20s at the club looking at these old men like, ew, you're a pedophile.
I'm not trying to be your second wife.
Right. So what was this topic called again?
Should you be wearing your scarlet letter forever?
Yeah, so we completely...
No, but you're branded. You're branded as something. And should you stay that way? Did you ever have a brand in when you were younger?
I don't know. I probably did, but didn't know about it.
Ain't that the worst?
Yeah, it's the worst, because you'd be looking at people and they're looking at you funny, and you're like, they have an opinion about you,
and you have no
based
idea.
On what other people
letter,
think.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, but I think, like, okay, so if you were a hoe in high school, should you be a hoe in life? Would you think, does that follow you?
Should you?
I mean,
are you?
Are you?
Does,
yeah. Sorry, are you?
Listen, I say, listen, after a certain age, you can't be a hoe, period.
Why?
Because, you know what? Because I fucking said so.
Yes, you can. I believe you can be a hoe for life. You fucking everybody and their mother, I saw a show on fucking Iyanla Fix My Life. This guy had like 30 kids.
Oh, man.
That's a motherfucking hoe. Okay?
Yeah, hoe.
You can't fuck everybody. Their mother, their sister, and their cousin too.
I don't know.
You're a hoe for life. You can't be a hoe.
I don't know.
And what about real hoes?
That's just irresponsible.
That's
irresponsible. That you don't having 30 kids is completely
irresponsible. It's more than irresponsibility. That's a tick.
Yeah.
What about real hoes?
Like paid prostitutes?
Yes, that's what a real hoe is. Somebody that you can't be one for life.
I mean,
if you find out somebody was a prostitute, you're like, oh, you know she was a prostitute. You know when she's 80 years old, you're gonna be like, she was a prostitute for 30 years.
Yeah, but
Heidi Place.
Mileage. Everybody got mileage. And
when you think of Heidi Place, what do you think about?
Her mileage is over.
But that's not what I asked you.
But she's known.
What did I ask you?
What about Heidi Fleiss?
That's not what I said. I said when you think of Heidi Fleiss, what do you think about? When I say Heidi Fleiss, what do you think?
Well, she's the Hollywood madam.
She's branded with that. This bitch done left that. She feed them birds and shit. And
her mileage is over.
What is the thing that you thought about? What's the first thing? You just said it.
Her mileage is over.
No, that is not what you said. You think about the Hollywood madam.
Oh.
That is who she is for life. She's been branded the Hollywood madam. No, they will do stories about her. They will do
former Hollywood madam Heidi Fleiss.
They're not going to say
cures cancer.
Right.
That'd be some headline.
But that ain't happening. You know, when she passes away, like former Hollywood madam. They might not even say former. They might do her dirty and be like, Hollywood madam dies of cocaine overdose.
Oh.
But Hollywood madam's always going to be in there.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby.
Oh. He did us all dirty, man.
But I'm not going to even put us in it because those are the women that suffer. The ones that actually, he did them dirty.
He did them.
We sat on the sidelines and formed an opinion about it.
Yeah.
But forever. He's done fucked up so bad that forever he's gonna be like the
rapist.
The rapist.
Date rape guy.
Put it in the I just crushed up a little powder and put it in the drink. You want some tea? You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things he can live another 10 years.
But look at Robert Downey Jr.
You don't think on his tombstone, on the back of the New York Post, that they're not going to mention the fact that he was a multiple? Really, you don't.
I don't. You know why?
They're gonna say. I promise you. They're gonna say. Oh, they might say actor Robert Downey Jr. who went into a lot of trouble with his drug abuse and
his lack of collagen.
His lack of collagen. What is that?
Mm-hmm. There's certain ethnicities. Those lacking melanin.
I'm like, collagen is what you inject into your face.
No, collagen is in your, like, what keeps your muscle toned.
Okay.
So those with less melanin have less collagen.
What is your point? I don't understand.
I'll forget it.
Well, I really, because I'm not grasping. Maybe I'm just super tired right now.
I think so. No, I don't think that I think he's forever gonna be Iron Man, and they're gonna be like,
no, you can have a lot of
sweetheart.
I believe you can have a lot of different titles attached to your name. But one of those titles
he'll always have a branding of, okay.
You think about fraternities and sororities that get branded. Okay, they got tattoos, but they still got that brand there.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't leave you. Once you do something real fucked up, it's over. It's like that's what you like. Look at Jay-Z. He does so many great things. Former drug dealer. You put that out there, bro. Forever. Former drug dealer, now billionaire. Oprah. Formerly poor raped now billionaire. It's like they're never gonna just be like.
But I think you're proving my point. I feel like you're proving my point.
What?
Those with less collagen just don't.
I'm just naming people that I admire.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just not a fan of certain people, so I'm just not bringing them up. But there's Charlie Sheen. As much acting as he did. And then they're gonna put on his thing. Not only are they gonna mention everything, whatever. They're all gonna say they're gonna put winning.
Died with AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
Winning.
What's her name? What's his wife's name? His ex-wife.
Denise Richards.
Right. Long-suffering former wife of Charlie Sheen. Like, this chick has done all this stuff.
Former winning wife.
So it's like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
No matter what Nene Leakes does, housewife.
Yeah.
It does not matter, okay?
What is the thing that she always says, Nene?
Bloop?
Bloop?
I don't know. It doesn't matter what she always said. It's the housewife.
Housewife Nene Leakes. Former housewife.
Andy Cohen, bravo Andy. Okay?
Oh my god.
Like, it's just, you gotta move, you have to do something amazing. Like, Michael Strahan, no matter what he does, former football player.
Oh, I'm such a fan of yours. They always say that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm such a fan of yours.
Ain't watched a game of fucking New York Giants football.
I have no idea where I played.
Derek Jeter, former Yankee. Like, you're gonna always be branded with something. You can never leave it. I need you to tell me who has moved beyond it, where you're thinking to yourself, you know what? They like, oh, I forgot that whole life. You know who? Like, you can look at roles, okay?
Okay.
Speaking, I said roles. I meant roles, but it's funny because I'm talking about Rose too.
Oh.
Rose Nyland. We're always gonna look at Betty White as Rose Nyland, okay? But she's done so many things before and after.
Yeah.
But her signature role
is Rose.
Is Rose.
That's interesting.
Roseanne, racist. She done did the Roseanne, like, that show was like everything. Oh, she fucked it up with one tweet, really. The Valerie Jarrett tweet. Less than 120 characters. She fucked her life up, okay? She's been branded as a racist.
Her brands.
She branded herself as a racist.
Damn.
Now you're sitting there like, I'm gonna put up that meme. The guy like, whoa. I think it's from The Wire.
Yeah. I'm here literally scratching my head.
But so think about okay, now let's bring it close to home.
Okay.
If you were to pass away, God forbid, tomorrow, what do you think you would be branded as?
I have absolutely no clue, honestly. No? Yeah. No idea. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Wow, that means you got a lot of living to do. Because
you know what also I think too is that I'm not my authentic self with everyone.
No?
No, I know that for true. I am parts of me with different people.
You're what?
I'm parts of me for different people.
Okay.
Like, I can joke in a certain way with some people. There's only certain things I can do with some people. Like, the 100% me is not, I don't know. I know you have it. You've seen that.
No, I have, but, for you to acknowledge it is rare. You don't always,
I never acknowledge that. But, we're amongst friends. And
we had, I don't know who this, on a side note.
Awesome.
So in the morning, it was our downloads was at like, let's say 70, okay?
Okay.
By the evening, like when I'm laying down and I check the numbers again, it's like 50 downloads. I'm like, what happened? And like, there's no way it's like the same people. You can't download the same thing. You can't. Yeah. Once you download it the first time, it's like that's it. Yeah. But then I was like, I wonder if my brother is listening. My brother called me the other day, the middle one.
Are you gonna talk about it or no?
No, I can talk about it. No, we just had a real. He's like, I decided to take a break from work. I'm walking, and I was like, oh, let me call my sis. It was like a little odd because I haven't spoken to him, but it was nice. It felt very good.
Right.
And he was telling me, asking me about what kind of mic we use and so on and so forth. He's like, I want to get you a mic that, I have a really good idea about a good mic for you guys. He's like, anytime you need any audio visual information to help, just let me know, because that's what he does.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't know you were doing the podcast though. He was like, he said a certain person told him we stopped doing it.
Oh, interesting.
And the plot thickens.
Dum, dum, dum.
But anyway, well, I wonder if he downloaded a few episodes. Yeah. But that's a lot in like a day, unless you download them all.
Yeah.
And then you listen. But usually it doesn't do that until you start playing. Like it doesn't download. You can download, but it shows you the plays.
Oh.
So there was like 50 plays in a day, and I'm wondering it's just weird, But it's good. Thank y'all for listening. Shout out to anybody you want to shout out real quick?
Morning Dew, Lieutenant Colonel Awesome, El Gato, Froman Lives.
Okay, thanks.
That's all I got. Who you got?
I'm sure there's other people. Oh, Melanie. Shout out to Melanie. I know you listen every once in a while. Appreciate that. Yeah. I know there are people that listen, but they're not always given. Right. They don't always tell us that they listen. Yeah. But there are people out there listening, and we have no idea. Shout out to Paul. We have a few things. We're partnering up with Paul in the coming weeks. We'll be having a new show. More to come on that later. But shout out to Paul.
Another show.
Yeah, another show. Yeah. But we got things on the horizon. Anyway,
I got things planned.
Back to the topic though. I believe that with myself, I'm always going to be branded as like handicapped.
I don't think so. But I can see why you say that. I
just feel like sometimes, especially when family members or friends of my mother see me after decades, they're like, "Oh, I remember you when you were little and you couldn't do this or you couldn't do that." They always tell me what I couldn't do, and that's why I get that.
Right.
I mean, it's easy, I think, from your standpoint because you met me when I could.
Yeah.
You didn't know me when I quote unquote couldn't. Or when I had braces.
Yeah.
Surgery, and, casts and all that stuff. So it's like you don't know that person.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she kept up with me in the Air Force. She fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a whole nother life before you, boo.
But did you really?
I did. I was a different chick back then. But other than that though, I mean, it's easier to brand celebrities. It's easier to put a label on them and make that stick for life. You know who kind of reinvented herself? I think Whoopi. Do you think people look at her as an actress or a co-host from The View?
Oh my gosh. There are generations that don't know her as one.
Have never seen her movie. Have never seen Color Purple, Jumpin' Jack Flash, nothing. Ghost, nothing. They only know her, the lady from The View.
Yeah.
That's blasphemy.
Or even her comedy shows.
Right, none of that. So that to me is somebody that's like, because she changed completely different. Right. Like it's not, like she went from one thing to completely other. The only person I could think of on TV that's doing something like that now is probably like Eve.
Yes.
Where publicly, I mean, I don't want to say the other ones because they're kind of in that foray. You know what I mean? What's her name? Sharon Osbourne is like.
She was always kind of doing something.
Yeah.
Whether here or across the pond.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Sherry Shepherd. Not Sherry Shepherd. I can't remember her name. I don't really watch the talk, but she was a comedian. She is a comedian. So I feel like it's easier to make that transition because you're talking about life and stuff, and that's what being on a talk show is. You're talking about your life and you're going into things like that. And she didn't make this huge life like Whoopi. Cheryl Underwood, right? But Whoopi, like she's an Oscar winner as a movie actress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, don't she have an EGOT?
Yeah, she has the EGOT, but I'm saying her Oscar.
There's people have no idea how she has the EGOT or if she has one or who.
Right? How'd she get that?
Like what?
So you know what I'm saying? So it's like completely changed.
An EGOT.
You know, it's, you think about like Ronald Reagan. He's somebody.
Yeah.
He was an actor.
Yeah.
Like when he passed away, they didn't like former actors, like former president of the United States, and a blurb about being an actor. You know what I'm saying? That's completely different. They might do that to Donald Trump. And you know, right now we're in the midst of his presidency.
Yeah.
But are they gonna? They're gonna say president. They're not gonna say. They probably will say businessman.
Mogul.
You know, failed businessman.
Real estate mogul.
Failed businessman, former president.
40 or 45. Oh my God. Sorry.
45.
45. Wow.
But you know what I'm saying? When you make a leap like that.
You know what I have to say? For my brother, like sometimes we'll have conversations, and like he has said to me, in like, man, I never thought you'd get here. I'm like, you had an image of me that wasn't accurate. You formed an opinion.
Is that his fault or yours?
I would say both.
Okay.
And the reason I'm going to say both is because today I feel mature. You ask me tomorrow, I might just say his.
Right.
Because he formed an opinion on 3 snapshots.
Right.
Because my life didn't align with his. He felt like I was living a lifestyle that wasn't appropriate. And literally not appropriate.
That was his opinion.
That was his opinion. He's like, you know, getting married at, you know, 21, 22, I don't know, whatever, whenever he got married. Having babies at
2 years earlier than you. I mean,
yeah, but
thou shalt not judge.
Yeah, but he was judging, homie. He was judging, not me.
But you just judged.
I just shut up. I'm going immature. Leave me alone.
Anyway.
But I wasn't, you know, I'm out there.
It's about him, not me.
I was doing me, is what I'm saying. On my time and my dime, and he just felt like that was not appropriate. Which I get.
A lot of people are that way for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's how people are.
Your boo is trying to come in here now? Just let the boy in. He's a pain in the ass.
Oh.
A pain. What is it, Pico? You just had to be on the show.
Again.
But anyway,
I wanna flip to.
Yep, that's trending.
I want to talk to you about. I want to say a sentence to you. I want to ask you a question in the form of a sentence, because you know you don't do it as a diatribe. But if it's me, you go off on 5 tangents before you get to it, right? So I can see the look already.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
at what point in life does borrow or does stealing become borrow? At what point? What's the timeline? When is it they borrowed, an artist borrowed a concept idea or a
I'm thinking
vision,
about my mom. Like, I took $20 out of the wallet. Is that borrow? Is that steal?
No. Then let's think about artistry.
Okay.
Because, you know, we borrow, we sample, we
Excuse
this,
me.
we that. We're not stealing. So at what point is it you stole something as opposed to you borrowed something? When's the two collide? And here's the thing, though. Here's what I want to say. And this is where I hate myself, because I can argue. I have an idea in my mind, and I can argue points on both ends, and I hate myself for this. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I wasn't gonna say anything. I'm just waiting for you to tell me what you want to know. What you want to know, girl?
What you want to know? Well,
I got a tickle in my throat.
So the Billboard Music Awards happened, and Taylor Swift had a drum line. She had like a stage. It looked very akin to Beychella.
Right.
And you know, I wonder if Black Twitter and the Beehive coming to get her.
They did. They renamed it Mayochella. You saw that?
Oh my goodness!
That's what they call, you know, when white people do something, take it from the mayo.
But
Mayochella. It's all over social media.
Oh my gosh.
It's like.
But Beyonce has borrowed / stolen things from other artists before. She's notorious for this.
She definitely is. But it's never so. You gotta look for it.
Oh no, she has a shot-for-shot video remake of another artist.
But who's the artist?
Not one that you really know.
That's what my point. Oh. Not to say that it's right.
Mm-hmm.
But Mayochella came out. Beyonce's documentary came out like 2 weeks ago. The Coachella thing was a year ago. So if the Coachella thing was a year ago, it still resonates with people where you're like,
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't feel right. And the whole thing that Beyonce did was about acknowledging historically black colleges and universities. Right. And so for Taylor to come out, it was just like, it's just, to me, it's just hilarious. It's
she had
like,
a marching band.
What else is new?
She had a marching band.
Right. I mean, but if you look at the entry of her show, the way she came out is the way Beyonce comes out in Coachella. And so,
but I don't know too much about Taylor Swift, but I know she had a drum line in one of her other videos.
Yeah, that's what this is referencing from her video.
Yeah, so was she taking elements of her own? Did Beyonce borrow elements of hers? But I have to say, Coachella was very, very... I've never seen something like that before.
No, I can watch it again.
I could definitely watch it 10 times over. It was very... It was something. It was something.
Look, Beyonce wasn't the first to do a drumline. Like I said,
no.
Her thing was paying homage, homage to HBCUs,
a culture, a homecoming.
Right. So I don't even think that I don't even see that as borrowing. It was more of what do they call it when you what's the word? When you damn it. Yeah, like a tribute. Mm-hmm. It was more of like, because some of those people from school, they were in those, you know what I mean, in bands and stuff like that, and the routines from the step show to everything about it, you know, was about a tribute and paying respect and homage in a way to that culture that is in the black community, in black colleges and universities. Right. And so Beyonce wasn't the first to do the step show, to do the drumline and things like that. But when you look at Taylor Swift thing on the BBMAs, you're like, too soon.
Yeah, with the backlighting and everything.
And the pink and the unitard and just everything about it was just like, how she came out, it was like, what do you... And she didn't know? Like, she didn't know.
I guess not.
And it's just like too soon, you know? It's too soon. But, you know, I'm a sit here as a black woman, because I've never been anything but.
Okay.
It's like, okay, and what else is new?
I don't know. I don't know. But at what point does it become borrowing? At what point is it stealing? Is it a time frame? Is it the way you do it? Is it what?
Well, the thing, like Twitter, you know, you can get into the vortex on Twitter with comments, but one of my favorites, this person named Clarkeisha Kent. Do you want to be Clark or Keisha?
Clarkeisha.
Okay. Her handle's I write all day.
_
She wrote, "This is perhaps the most striking and most visceral example of what it looks like to flavor one's lemonade with actual sugar, and conversely, what it looks like to flavor one's lemonade with genetically engineered liquid stevia, a sugar substitute."
Oh my!
And that's what she apparently she wrote a paper about it, and that's how she started the paper. And I was like, that is like, to me.
Oh my!
The difference between, you know, it's like do you want Kool-Aid, or do you want, what is the what is that, the other packets starts with a C? It's like
Crystal Light.
Are they really either one good for you? The one pretend, you know, like stevia, or is it stevia? Stevia? How do you say that? Stevia, or, you know, Domino sugar. I'm gonna take with the Domino sugar.
Wow.
And so, whatever way you want to look at it, is it okay? I mean, like we said, Beyonce stays stealing.
Oh yeah.
But she do it on the low. Like, you gotta look for it. Like, she's not blatant with it in terms of, like, she does her research. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go see what they're doing in Africa.
And I'm gonna borrow that.
Right.
I'm gonna do a shot-for-shot remake of the video.
And the difference with her too is that she'll take people from Africa and put them in the video, or she'll take somebody's song and be like, let me give them a writer's credit. Yeah. For the most part, you know what I mean?
You know who else?
A lot of times that she.
You know who else be stealing stuff all the time, but nobody. I mean, nobody. She's low key with it. Nobody
I'm
looks
scared.
at
Who?
J-Lo.
Well, I need you to point out how.
Well, first of all, her first video was all puffy. That whole idea was puffy. That
Her first video?
Yeah,
Which
that
one?
voyeuristic looking, the If You Had My Love.
Oh.
Voyeuristic, internet looking thing. That was more like, it was just, that was puffy.
Puff.
Right,
The
but then from
braids
there, the On the Six, that sort of like Bronx culture, I'm not saying she didn't have it. I'm not
She
saying
definitely
that.
had it.
I'm not saying that, but the whole...
But it's not her. I don't believe that's her.
It's not genuinely her. She keeps borrowing, and then she has like stickball. She has her curls at the laundromat.
She never played a bit of
She never had... First of all, you never played... No. And then in her, If You Had My Love with the boxer braids... And then in her Ja Rule videos, she had like this, I don't know what is wrong with me, but I can probably pinpoint every video as something.
Because you are a low-key fan, but
I am not a low-key fan.
You are a low-key fan. When your nephew used to call you J-Lo, you outwardly cringed, but inside you're like,
I didn't. My nephew.
Not okay. He's not really your nephew, but he was your nephew until you had a nephew. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
Ain't that messed up how we do people like that? I had no nieces and nephews until I had a lot of nieces and nephews, rather. Until I only got two. 1 and 2.
That's
you
so
got a million.
Stuff.
You got a million. Little godchildren until you actually have one. But I got one.
I'm saying, like, I have a niece and nephew, and they're so awesome, man. But I got like...
You used to have one for years, and then all of a sudden it was like...
Oh, well, I got this one. I got this one now.
He my play nephew.
And then now I have a bunch of nieces and nephews on another side, but I don't really like to call them my niece and nephew.
Anyway, that's a
topic for another day.
Yeah, but yeah, so that nephew, the original nephew, used to compare you to J-Lo.
Oh, right.
And you outwardly you'd be like, whatever, but you would say whatever with a smile on your face, because you was like, she is cute.
She is cute though, yeah.
So it's not a bad comparison.
Because I want to be a performer so bad, even now as an adult.
Yeah,
I want to be a performer.
That ain't gonna work for you.
You don't know me.
I've seen you
perform.
I've seen you. Let's move on.
No, finish this thought. What have you seen me do?
I've seen you attempt to dance, attempt to sing a song along with the song. That's enough for me to make an assertion about your skill set as a performer.
You're so mean.
I didn't say anything negative. What did I say that was mean? I said I seen you perform. I've seen you sing along to a song. And that is enough to make me give me an assertion about your skill set as a performer.
And like 3 minutes before all of this, you're like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen for you, boo.
You remember that?
Wow. For real? It was a long dream.
Trust me.
Oh my gosh.
Look, you want to know who wanted to be a performer? You're looking right at her.
Mm-hmm.
I got up there on a church stage and started singing with my damn Casio. Thought I was going to be I thought I was Alicia Keys before she was born. Okay?
I was a star.
It's bad. Okay, so maybe I'm just projecting my incompetency in terms of talent.
Well, clearly you told me I'm incompetent. Oh
anyway.
My gosh.
So yeah, you borrow, you steal, you move on.
What about Jay-Z and Marina Abramovich, where she feels like
Who's that?
Marina Abramovich.
I don't know who that is.
Remember the video that he had in the art studio, and Marina Abramovich, the performer?
Okay, right.
And how she feels like he took her essence and he made the performance something different.
She signed up for it. She sat there. First of all, okay, Marina, what's her name?
Marina Abramovich.
I'm going to call her Marina. First of all, Marina, you didn't do your due diligence in researching the bro, checking to see how he does his videos.
Mm-hmm. I still don't understand why she was so mad.
Probably because she's an artist and she wants control over her art and how it's portrayed.
Oh, I get that. But
which I understand. But
you're in someone else's performance.
Right, and you agreed to it. I guess you didn't. You just signed up for the name. That's the problem with a lot of people do. They sign up for the name without looking at. You know, I remember we had this conversation. I told you about this where the girl told me they were going to the Jay-Z and Beyonce. I think it was the On One tour.
Yes.
And the only song she knew was "Put a Ring on It."
Yeah. But it's funny how the only black person in the place, then she's like, "Do you know who Beyonce is?" Of all the mofos in
I'm
here,
more than Beyonce. I mean, I know Beyonce, but I don't know Beyonce like that. I'm watching the documentary the other day and reading the words because I don't know her words like that. Okay. The last time I memorized words was back in the 90s. Okay.
Well, remember that? You used to take the sleeve out,
like
read it.
I don't know the words now.
They don't do that no more.
But I only know hooks.
I don't know words.
I know the bridge.
I only know hooks.
And the hook. Okay.
Isn't that funny?
But you know, she came at me like that. Like I don't know. You didn't ask nobody else.
Nobody.
But that's another topic, you know, for another day. Anyway.
I don't know. But see, with the whole thing with Marina and Jay-Z, he didn't steal, he didn't borrow, he did nothing. They were doing a performance together. I don't know.
But like I said, I blame her because she should have known what she signed up for.
Yeah.
You signed up for the name, but you didn't know his art.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want a Picasso. Why?
Do you know the art? Why do you want it? Yeah, you're right. You know? Yeah.
Do you want it for the name or do you want it for the art?
Yeah.
And that's how I feel like she looked at Jay-Z. The name.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he got a lot of money. I'm going to be on his yacht. Big pimpin'.
You ain't spending G's, bitch.
You know? You know that Jay-Z, but you don't know Song Cry Jay-Z.
What about... Oh, you don't know... Oh! Oof! You don't know Song Cry Jay-Z. I'm trying to think who else. Trying to think of a collaboration where I feel like they stole from each other. They didn't borrow.
I don't know.
You know what song collaboration I feel like didn't either borrow, didn't even steal, but there's something there and I can't quite pinpoint it. You remember when Mariah and Whitney Houston did a collaboration?
That was that was from the Prince of
Egypt soundtrack.
Yeah, Prince of Egypt.
But it was still a collaboration.
No, I mean, I didn't think it was a good one.
No, it definitely wasn't. But it wasn't good because of the collaboration. It wasn't good because of, I think, the song choice and everything like that. They were trying to be...
One of them should have sang it.
Yeah.
I think. They just, you're right. Like, y'all can admire each other from a distance.
Yeah.
Everybody don't need to...
If they wanted to work together, they should have worked on something else. Because y'all could have had some nice flavor going on.
And they shouldn't have took a song from somebody else and just created together.
Yeah.
I think it was Diane Warren, who's great, but...
You know when you do, like, remakes, and you're like, wow, you really fucked it up?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard a remake and liked the remake better?
All the time. And usually, though, the remake is what I hear first. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Be like, oh, I don't like this version. It's like, this is the real original. But I agree with, I see what you're saying, though. Has that ever happened to you?
Where I like the original better or the remake?
The remake.
Better?
The remake.
Killing Him Softly.
You like the remake better?
Yeah. And I have to say, I know
the beat was hot though. How do you?
And Whitney Houston's.
Oh, I'm Every Woman. Oh,
I Will Always Love You.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I took it. Both of those I like better than the original.
Yeah.
I like Shaka Khan, but I'm just saying.
Shaka Khan.
Whenever I hear I'm Every Woman, I want Whitney to come in with the Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. And I see the video. You know what I'm saying? There's just certain things you're like,
Khan.
I love Shaka, but I like when they mix them together.
Yeah.
They have them both singing.
But I like Dolly Parton though, so that's nothing against Dolly.
But see, I didn't hear the Dolly until after the Whitney.
Oh.
I wonder if I would have liked Dolly before Whitney.
You have the thing is, like, the tempo of that music, that her whole tempo, you have to like that genre too.
Yeah.
To like the tempo,
right?
Because it's even the whole mixing, the mastery of it is just, it's great and it stands on its own. But
so when you remake, do you think you steal or borrow?
You do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously if you're remaking, you're borrowing.
Okay.
But you're stealing something. You're just adding something to it. You're stealing and borrowing. There is an artist in India, and I completely lost the name as I was talking. Holy crap. I don't know who it is now.
Indiari?
Nope. Complete Indian artist. And these people that love him have no idea that every single song he has made is made by originally an American artist.
Oh, see, I love that.
He has completely has changed nothing. There's no remakes. He literally redid the song.
I believe that.
And they're like, no, he sung it first. And they're like, no, this song was made by Dolly Parton and such and such.
That happens a lot. I've read, and it's funny enough. The guy from Journey is from there. Starts with a P. Philippines. A lot of Filipino artists that actually live there do that. What?
I'm laughing right now because somebody's like, Philippines starts with a P.
With a P.
No, I know. No, but somebody's like, Philippines. Somebody's listening. With the
Philippines. They're thinking of Palace, like something with a P, not with a P, not a F. What?
No.
I don't get it.
No.
I'm confused.
Like it's like Philippines. I thought she said it started with a P.
And they're thinking that's an F. Okay. Anywho,
I'm dying. Oh my god.
I think it's a good time to end the show.
No, finish your train of thought though.
No, I'm just saying. A lot of artists that come out of the Philippines are fans of our culture, our musical culture.
Yeah.
And they tend to use, they tend to remake songs.
Yeah. So. Western music.
Yep.
Oh, that's so funny. Anyway.
But I don't want to say Western. American music. United States of American music. It's the same. When you say Western music, to me, it's just like saying people of color. I'm talking specifically about United States of American music, not Canadian music.
So no Michael Bublé?
No, I'm talking about American music.
Okay.
I'm talking about Nat King Cole. Okay.
Nat King Cole.
Whitney Houston.
I can't get over
Philippines. Right. Anyway, let's go.
Oh, homie.
Where can they find us?
Yep, yes 18. On Instagram and Twitter.
Rate, review, repost, retweet, subscribe, download, support.
Do something.
I saw somebody was saying, there's not enough podcasts with women out there. I'm like,
word?
Hello?
Word? Hello?
Hello? Not only do you have two women, you have two women who are best friends.
Minorities.
Two women of color. A black woman and a Puerto Rican woman, depending on the time of day. No, because you did your DNA test and you're like from all over the place.
Oh,
I'm not going to let you live down 18% African.
Listen, 18%. I love it.
And on that cue, my hearing aid just died.
Oh!
I'm not going to stop at the store because I don't have any more left. Anyway, now this is starting to turn into an offline topic. So
what's an offline topic? What?
No, with the hearing aid died, I don't need to tell that to people on the podcast. Like, that's a conversation me and you have, like, perfunctory conversation.
Oh, word.
I just farted. Oh, that kind of thing. You don't say that on a podcast. Roll the window down.
Oh no, in your case, I expelled gas,
right. Anyway, after urinate, you don't say that on the podcast. It's like an offline conversation.
That's an offline conversation.
Anyway. Oh, I'm so tired.
Oh my gosh. All right, homie, I love you. You're enough.
I love you back.
Oh,
have a great
you.
I'll see you before Mother's Day, so have a good week.
See you again. When will I
All right,
see
y'all.
you again?
Yep, yes. We out.
Bye.